in my organization at work, we have a need to create several types of sign-up lists. And particularly in my job, I take photos of all of our employees, and so I have the employees sign up to have their photo taken. I'd used to have them create calendar events in Outlook, and I would try to make a meeting with each of them, and it would only be like a 10-minute slot, and I'd have to do multiple ones on top of each other, and it was just a mess. And I was like, there's got to be an easier way to do this. And so I found a very, very simple solution on how to do this with Workflowy. If you're familiar with Workflowy, you'll know that it's very simple as far as like you can just type on it. It's a very low maintenance, very low learning curve that allows for public lists to be created from a link. Let me show you what I mean. So I could literally type in sign up list, type here. It gets a little more interesting than this, trust me. I'm going somewhere with this. But you can create this bullet here and say, hey, I want this bullet and everything underneath it to be a public list. And so you click on the share option. There it is. And then you can invite by secret link. And there we go. This link now allows even someone who's not signed in. I'm going to go show like an incognito window so I'm like completely signed out of Workflowy. You could click on this. Well, I'm probably going to take it down. But if this link was still up, you could click here and you would be able to type your name. Anyone can do that. No sign in needed. Really cool. Not a lot of apps do this, and I really think this is a cool separator that Workflowy has from different apps in this space. So that's so cool to where like, oh, you got to have an account in order to do it. And you're like, no. Or things like Sign Up Genius that have tons of ads on them. Not a fan of that either. And so Workflowy strikes a balance for me. Okay, so we've got the basics to where we know, okay, cool. Workflowy allows you to share any list. And you can copy that fancy link, and then you can share that with your coworkers to sign up. But let's take this another step or two up, because often if you're just provided sign up list and it's just blank, even like it's not, people need a little bit more instruction. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of things that I've done in the past. So let me go back to my photo shoot example. And so this is my photo shoot shared list. And so here's the main bullet. I added a note. So in Workflowy, you can add a note by hitting Shift Enter, type instructions here, and you can just keep going. So if you wanted to add a lot of instructions, you can. Okay. So this is what my instructions say for this. 1, type your email address below. 2, mark your calendar accordingly. 3, tips, review these tips on how to dress for the photo shoot. So I'm putting the responsibility back on them to know when this is occurring. So I don't have to maintenance any of them. I have provided some slots. So I know I'm going to do this on Halloween, and I'm going to know that from 9:30 to 10:30, I have this many slots, 7 slots of photos that I can take. And I can add more if I wanted to, whatever. But I've already got bullets created. All I got to do is type in their email address, and then they mark their calendar, and then they review these tips. So they click on here, and we've already provided some tips. Also, it's just another Workflowy link. This one they cannot edit, though. But it gives them information like, okay, what kind of business attire we're looking for, do this, don't do this, look out for shirts that do this. Okay, some examples of good stuff, some examples of what not to do, and contact me if you have any questions. Okay, cool. So that's it. Everything I needed to do is just I send them the link to this photo shoot sign up list, and then they do the rest. They type in their name, and then when I show up on October 31st and I'll look at this list myself and see who's there. They can sign themselves up and unsign themselves up just like a paper list would. And so, yeah, technically someone could go ahead and sabotage, but no one ever has for a photo shoot. So it's never been an issue. The only thing I've seen is that people will accidentally hit the tab key, and so that will kind of freak them out a little bit, because if you tab in, it kind of looks a little funky, or it looks hidden on my view. So that's the only thing, is people have accidentally tabbed in, which it doesn't erase. I can just untab it and say you're good to go. Other than that, they type their name, and I didn't have to do any scheduling at all. Taking this a notch even further, is a sign up list like a potluck. And so these are our potluck sign up lists for our organization's Christmas luncheon. And so we see where I've separated about into sections. And so in Workflow, you can have titles. So this is an H2 heading. I put some blank bullets there. I put another one, blank bullets, another one, blank bullets, and so forth. And so people have gone in, and my instructions say, type in your name and your food that you plan to bring. Very simple. It's got a date and a time-ish, and so it's very easy for people to go in and add their thing. Because we don't really need... We tried to do this in Microsoft Forms. It may be thinking like, oh, we've done this before. But the problem with Microsoft Forms is that the answers only go to the person who created the form. And say I signed up, and I was like, did I say I was going to bring ice or lemonade or Sprite or lemonade? What, I don't remember. So even the person submitting it, forgetful as I may be, doesn't know what's submitted. So I can always come back to this and edit it and update it. And so it's not like, yes, Marie's husband's doing the barbecue. Sorry. You can always come back to it and update it as they need, which is great. And so everyone kind of gets to see an idea of what's happening, which is something that you can see on things like Sign Up Genius, but then all the ads. I'm just not a fan of all the ads. The only thing this doesn't do is it doesn't do reminders. And so I think on the email that I sent out with this sign up list was, mark your calendars for our Christmas luncheon on December 9th. If you'd like to sign up to bring something, click here. And I put the link to this list there. And so they were able to click on it and sign up. So I hope this inspires you to try to create, if you're in Workflowy, to make a list and you're able to use it as a sign up, a low maintenance sign up sheet to where you just create some extra blanks for people to add in their things and just enjoy. Like, it's very low maintenance. Like we can have the organizers can look at this to see, okay, what are we missing? What do we need to get at the last minute? Or if someone sees someone else already made something, they can know to kind of pivot and make something else instead of it just going into a form entry submission that they don't get to see what else everybody else is doing. So yeah, give it a try. I encourage you to try to make some sign-up lists in Workflowy. Feel free to ask questions in the comments below.